Good afternoon, students. I hope you are doing well. In the previous class, Mrs. Ilerani might have explained to you about the invertebrates in detail and precisely each phylum, starting from Porifera and up to Echinodermata. And she might have explained about the chordates. And today, we are going to learn about the vertebrates. The vertebrate group is characterized by the presence of vertebral column or backbone. So notochord is a embryonic stage. During this stage, the notochord will be reconverted or converted into vertebral column. This is nothing but the spinal cord or backbone. This vertebral column will help the animal to be erect and straight, and this is also working as skeletal axis of the body. So based on the skeletal or vertebral column, these vertebrata are grouped into 6 classes. So we are going to see one by one. So the first one is Cyclostomata. The next class is class Pisces and class Amphibia, class Reptiles, class Aves and class Mammals. So we are going to see all these 6 classes and their similarities and dissimilarities and characteristics of each class. So let's see the first class of vertebrate, class Cyclostomata. These are jawless vertebrates. Jawless vertebrates means mouth is not bounded by jaws. So here fishes may have lower jaws and upper jaws, but here this kind of cyclostomes will not have the jaws, and body is elongated and eel-like, lengthy body will be there, and they have circular mouth, skin is slimy and scaleless. Scales will not present and skin will be smooth. They are ectoparasite. Ectoparasites means, ecto means out, parasites means the organisms which live on other organisms or which depend upon the other organism for their living. So these are called as ectoparasites. Example, hagfish. The next class is Pisces. Pisces are nothing but fishes. These are phyclothermic animals. Phyclothermic animals means you need to understand these are cold-blooded animals. Cold-blooded animals means the temperature they will change according to their surroundings or living habitat. So here these are aquatic vertebrates with jaws. So in the diagram you can see having upper jaws with teeth and lower jaws. So they are having the vertebrates. And also they are having streamlined body, and the body is divisible into head, trunk and tail. Locomotion. Locomotion means the organism which help to move from one place to another. So here fishes uses their pad and median fins for locomotion. Their body is covered with scales. Respiration is through gills. The heart is two-chambered heart with one auricle and one ventricle. There are two main types of fishes, cartilaginous fishes and bony fishes. Here cartilaginous fishes means they will be very smooth and the hard bones will not be present in this type of fishes. So with skeleton made up of cartilages. Cartilages means will be very smooth in structure and nature. Example, sharks and skates, and bony fishes with hard bones made up of bones. The skeleton is made up of bones is called bony fishes. Example, carps and mullets. The next class is amphibia. You might have learned this term in lower classes. We can divide this term into two. Amphibia. Amphi means both. Bios means life. So they will have two modes of life, aquatic as well as terrestrial. So let's see their characteristic. The first one, these are the first four-legged tetrapods. Tetrapods means having four legs. So starting four-legged animals from class Amphibia. They have dual adaptations. They live in both land and water. The body is divisible into head and trunk. Their skin is moist and have mucus gland. Mucus gland means which secretes the mucus in their body. Respiration through gills, lungs and skin and buccopharynx. So here three types of respiration we can see in the amphibia, in class Amphibia. The heart is three-chambered heart, two auricles and one ventricle. Eggs are laid in water. The tadpole larva transforms into an adult. So they are having, the young ones are called tadpole. These larvae will be transformed into adult. Example, frog and toad. The next class is reptilia. Repair. To travel or to creep. So crawling animals are called reptiles. So these vertebrates are fully adapted to life on land. So totally they are living on land. So they are also called as terrestrial animals. Their body is covered with horny epidermal scales. Horny means the spiny epidermal scales will present on the body. The respiration through lungs. The heart is three-chambered with an exception of crocodiles. Crocodiles only will be having four-chambered heart. Except these crocodiles, all other reptilians will have the three-chambered heart. Which most of the reptiles lay their eggs with the tough outer shell. Example, calotus, lizard, snake, and etc. The next class, aves. Aves means bird. Birds are also homeothermic animals with several adaptations to fly. Homeothermic. What do you mean by homeothermic here? Means these animals are called warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded animals, they will not change their body temperature irrespective to their surroundings. They won't change, their body temperature will be constant. And also they will have several adaptations to fly like feathers, wings and so on. So let's see all the characteristics of aves now. The spindle or boat-shaped body is divisible into head, neck, trunk and tail. So they will have boat-shaped body or spindle-shaped body with the body is divisible or divided into head, neck, trunk and tail. The body is covered with feathers. Forelimbs are modified into wings for flight. So wings are nothing but the forelimbs are modified into wings for flight. Hind limbs are adapted for walking, perching or swimming. So hind limbs are adapted for walking and for swimming. The respiration is through lungs which have air sacs. Bones are filled with air. These bones are called pneumatic bones. Pneumatic bones means weightless bones. Since the bones are weightless, they can able to fly high in the sky, which reduces the body weight. They lay large yolk laden with eggs. They are covered by hard calcareous shell. Example, parrot, crow, eagle, pigeon and ostrich. Now last class of vertebrata is class Mammalia. Mamma means breast. Animals which feed their young ones by their breastfeeding, or they will have the milk secreting gland, hence they are called as mammalians. Mammals are warm-blooded animals. Already I have explained to you what is warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded animals, they will not change their temperature. Their temperature will be constant in them. The skin is covered with hairs. It also bears sweat and sebaceous glands. Sweat gland and sebaceous glands. Sebaceous glands means here oil glands. The body is divisible into head, neck, trunk and tail. So the body will be divided into head, trunk and tail and neck. Females have mammary glands which secrete milk. Very, very important term. Mammary gland is helpful for secreting milk for feeding the young ones. The external ear or pinnae is present. Heart is four-chambered heart. They breathe through lungs except egg-laying mammals. Example, egg-laying mammals are platypus and spiny anteater. Then all other mammals will give birth to the young ones. They are called as viviparous. So viviparous means giving birth to their young ones is called viviparous. Placenta is unique characteristic feature of mammals. So placenta is a special character or unique characters for mammals. Example, rabbit, rat, man and etc. So we have seen today the 6 classes of vertebrata: class Cyclostomata, class Pisces, class Amphibia, class Reptiles, class Aves and class Mammals. Thank you children.